Line though is Mbhazima Shilowa. He is, of course, former General Secretary of Cosatu. Mbhazima, thank you for making the time to join us. Did you see this coming? Did you predict an explosion of Cosatu in the manner that we're seeing? And what does this mean for the future of the labor movement in South Africa?
I think that it would have been difficult for anybody to write the script of how things have been happening. But I think that from the time when in the 2012 Cosatu National Congress, 2010 Cosatu Congress, in which they could not oust one another, settled for the truth, and immediately thereafter started all over again, it was clear that something had to give. And I think where we are today is that it's clear that following the consultation that them are talking about, unless there's a change of heart by the current leadership in Cosatu, we're likely to see a new industrial-led trade union federation competing against Cosatu, which, in my view, is likely to be more a public sector-dominated trade union federation.
And Mbhazima, you go back a long way, obviously, in the labour movement, and really the modern labour movement, as we know it, started in the 1970s in South Africa. We're moving into uncharted territory. Cosatu has been the mighty alliance, in alliance with the ANC, of course. If we move now to several competing unions, it's a competitive arena for labour that no one's experienced before. The effect could be anti-democratic, there could be a lot of intimidation, there could indeed be violence, which we've seen to some extent already. How do you see this uncharted territory being explored?
Or it could also mean that, not only will there be strife as you describe it, it may also be that service to members by the respective trade unions may even be increased. It may mean that the back to basics of ensuring that the worker is king can be realized. But of course, unless proper leadership is given, you may have industrial strife as people compete not just for membership, but also in terms of which one can gain more from the employer, and therefore make it more difficult on the shop floor.
Mbhazima, thank you so much for making the time to join us. That's the former General Secretary of Cosatu, helping us to make sense of what today's developments mean for the future of the labour movement in South Africa.